Good evening, guys. Any doubts? You have any questions regarding yesterday's class? No? Okay then. Later. Any doubts? Have any questions regarding yesterday's class? No? ಅವ್ರು ಏನೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅರ್ಧಂಬರ್ಧನೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಹುಡುಗರು. AC, is it working? Okay. So coming here to the syllabus part. Okay, your CSAT syllabus has been basically divided into seven sections. Okay, first comprehension. You know how the comprehension questions of CSAT would be. There will be a passage. Okay, sir. Yesterday, based on your request, one passage kotuvala, adetara passage, and also there will be a specific requirement you have to answer. The requirement will be in the form of assumption, inference, corollary, crux, message, imply, implication, argument, some miscellaneous questions also. Okay. Yesterday in one of the passage you saw that from the above passage, which is the most valid assumption. Okay, there may be two close assumptions, but what is asking for? The most appropriate, the most valid. Okay, similarly inference. Heard of the term inference? Yeah, any general definition for inference? Generically, to intend to, inference. Conclusion, that's right. Okay, conclusion drawn from the above passage. Okay, conclusion means it has to be proven explicitly using the details given in the passage. Okay, maybe explicitly or else implicit. Okay, madam, have you heard of corollary? Corollary ant kelidira? Somewhere you might have heard this corollary. This is an after effect, okay, which is naturally following, not intentional. Okay, don't worry, as of now we hold these things. Okay, when we do each and every keyword, I'll give you the definition, I will give you the examples, and we'll apply those in our PYQs. Okay, we'll see how much accuracy we can maintain. Next, comprehension. After this, there is something called interpersonal skills, which is called IPS. Okay, majorly this has been used in the corporates and all, okay, for corporate hiring and all. So this will be like conclusion based questions. He'll give a statement and he'll ask for a conclusion. What is the conclusion we can draw from this one? Okay, basically this is understanding. So what do you mean by comprehension? What do you mean by comprehension? Your ability to understand the things. Okay, very similar, it also falls in the same category. Okay, not a wide classification we can put it in there. And there is one more section which is decision making. Okay, the last time question was asked from this section was in 2013. Anybody know why the reason? After which no decision making question has been asked, but still it's mentioned in the syllabus. The last time UPSC did major change was in 2013. Every 10 years there was supposed to be change, but it's recently UPSC chairman, okay, inferred that there is no upcoming any change. Okay, so there will be CSAT, there will be optionals, there will be ethics paper also, which was introduced in 2013. Okay, ethics paper is completely of what? Decision based questions, no. Hence, nowadays decision making questions you won't see. If he asks in an upcoming exam, this will be answer all the questions. If you see an instruction like this, what is the meaning of answer all the questions? Yen hingandre? No negative marks. Okay, even though there is a wrong answer, there is no negative, because decision can vary, right? Okay, you can defend your decision. Maybe two answers also can be correct. Okay, UPSC only has given in its key answers in the decision making two correct answers, A or D, both are. Getting? So if you get in the upcoming years decision making, so it has to be answer all questions. If it is answer all question, meaning no negative. So attend madkoli alla. Getting? Okay. Next is logical and analytical reasoning. Okay, logical, analytical reasoning. With reasoning, you have to answer like syllogism. Have you heard of the term syllogism? Syllogism. Question kelirtiya. All cats are mats. Some dogs are bats. Okay, isn't it? He'll give you some 3-4 statement and ask for a conclusion or a possibility. Which of the following? So all mat is cat. All mat can be cat. Hingela keltane. Which of the following conclusion can be drawn? Only one, only two. Okay, both are true, both are not true. Hingu kelbodu. Got it? So with reasoning, okay, this is analytical, means non-verbal. There is no words used. So Venn diagram, okay, figural based questions, something like this, figural based questions. Afterwards we will decode this one into deep. Okay, madam? Kelu kade we need logic, sometimes non-verbal. Okay, without the words we have to prove that, or else by the understanding of the given figure, like embedded figure, how many triangles will be there. Okay, so how many alphabets remain same in the mirror image also, water image also. Okay, can you differentiate between a mirror image and a water image? What is the difference? How do you differentiate it? Huh? Come on, try. In the mirror, left appears right, right appears left. The mirror will be in vertical. Okay, isn't it or not? So water will be in a horizontal plane. Okay, in that horizontal plane, when you see from where your mirage stops, from there it starts. Isn't it? So your up becomes down there, down becomes up. Alvanappa, got it? So similarly, the flip will be in the mirror like this. Okay, in the water, like this. Photo flip martiralla, left to right, up to down, hange. Okay, that's what the basis. Now, understood those kind of questions. Next is general mental ability. Okay, like blood relationship questions. Okay, puzzles, seating, ordering, ranking, something like this. Okay, coding, decoding. Generally we can do coding. We don't need a mathematical skills for this. Decoding. Okay, inequality, equalities. Okay, if A is greater than B, B is greater than C, C is greater than D. So can we say A is greater than D? Yes, A is greater than B, B is greater than C, C is greater than D adre. Can A greater than D? Henry? Houdalva? Okay. If A is greater than B, B is greater than C, C is greater than D. Okay, can I conclude that A is greater than D? ಎಸ್ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ ನಾನು. ಓಕೆ, ಚೂರು ಚುರುಕಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಚುರುಕಾಗ್ತಿರ ಬಿಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಈಕ್ವಾಲಿಟೀಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ವೆರಿ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್. ಒನ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ವಾಸ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್. Simple question, you could have done it in 10 to 12 seconds, that's it. Okay, so these kind of questions using general mental ability. Okay, your ability has to be in a very generic, using basic sense. Okay, next he says basic numeracy. What is it? Numeracy antena kelidanalappa. Yeah, here comes it's a wide section. Basic numeracy. Okay, number system, arithmetic, madudula, percentage, average, ratio, proportion, and their application. Okay, similarly time, speed and distance concepts, etc, etc, etc. Basic numeracy. Okay, number system means what must be there? What are you going to learn in the number system? That's a broad thing, number system. Okay, that's a very generic term, number system anta helbitre. What we are going to learn in the number system? You start ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಏನೇನು ಕಲಿತೀವಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ? Any idea? Come on, madam. Yeah, names of the numbers means classification. Okay, if you don't have the idea of the names of it, okay, we can mislead or he can mislead you. Okay, if I say integers, that's a different one. If I say natural numbers, that's a different one. What is the difference between an integer and a natural number? ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಡು ನಾಟ್ ವರಿ. ಹೇಳಿ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್, ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಐ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ 0? ನೋ, ಓನ್ಲಿ 1 2 3 4 5. ಇಂಟಿಜರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ yesterday I told about the integers. Integers means positive as well as negative also, isn't it? Okay, that's why we need to know the classification of numbers there. Okay, theoretically, yeah, understood. Basic numeracy involves what and what? Each and everything will take and decode again now. So basic numeracy admele he says DI, data interpretation. You can present any data in different forms. What are the different forms you can present any data, madam? Ondu heli. What are the forms of data you have seen? Stats galal ಮಾಡ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ. Graph, yes. What kind of graph, man? Bar. ಹೇಳಪ್ಪ, ಆಯ್ತು. Next, pi. Okay, ನಿಮ್ Domino's pi. Then he says line graph, hingella, share market. Then can I use a tabular column like this? Isn't it? Can I use these kind of figures? What kind of figure? Venn diagram. Many forms of data representation are there. So in this case also, he will be asking the percentage. What percentage manufacturing of company A is more than last year's? Okay, or else what percent of the students failed in Kannada? Okay, he'll give you a percentage of students passed in certain languages here. Can we represent? Yes, of course. He'll give you different data like this. Companies. Okay, 2 companies over the years 2006, 7, 8 anta kodtane hige. Got it? And the application, something like this. So you have to analyze the data and you have to answer to the requirement. Requirement of the questions would be in terms of percentage, average kelbodu, ratio of the last year and present years kelbodu, sum of those 2 years, difference of those 2 years, isn't it? These are the questions you might be getting. So basically arithmetic only, but in this case he won't use the words, he gives the DI. Okay, data will be presented in a different figures, so you have to interpret that. Understood? If you learn all these things, this becomes a very easy part. Okay, any doubt here? Yeah, broadly UPSC has given these keywords, so we could analyze these are the questions we can expect. But if you decode these things in a deep manner, okay, mundu kona, okay. I'll keep this in a very generic way. Let's call one thing as maths, reasoning, and English. This is what it is. Okay, well, let's keep it simple. Ide moor section alvapa. Okay, maths. The basic thing about the maths here. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Okay, only 7 themes are there. If you are preparing for the CAT or else if you are preparing for a Group D exam. Okay, in between them, anything. CAT is one of the highest level of mental ability or aptitude will be doing. Okay, if you open any book, okay, whatever the number of the topics or the content would be there, but it has to be kept under only these 7 themes. Okay, no more, no less. Okay, idakin jaasti maths kandididilla innu munchru. Okay, so the basic thing is number system, of course. Okay, sir. Okay, as she mentioned, number system, we have to understand the classification of numbers first. Okay, you must know how to work on their place values. Unit place, tens place. Okay, hingeno kodtane x or else x and 1, 1 and x, 2x, something like this. Okay, which is equal to something 4x anta. These are the place value questions. In one other way, you can do this one. Okay, sir. Okay, place value questions. Next is rules of divisibility, divisibility rules, in which prime numbers are very important, like 11, 7 and all. Okay, he'll give certain number like this, 3, 4, 5, x, 1, 2, 9, 8. This number is divisible by 7. What is the value of x? Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6 ante options. Okay, got it, madam? This number is divisible by 7 ante. So what is the value? X must be having there. Okay, you must know the rules. Okay, there is a rule for every prime number. Okay, so divisibility rules. Next is remainder theorem. Factorization. Counting of zeros, counting of how many prime numbers are there in the product, many such questions are there. Okay, factorization, then LCM and HCF. You know what is LCM and HCF, right? Okay, we can apply that. For example, if I ask a question like, see, a person was employed on daily wages basis for rupees 5750 for X number of days. Okay, what was the total money? Yeah, the deal was supposed to give 5750 for X number of days. Okay, and the wages is for what? Daily wages. Let's say if he is absent for some days, what do you do? Mobile akade idubeko. Absent adre entry ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? Deduct ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ವಾ? So being absent on some of those days, he was paid only rupees 5000. Okay, because he was absent on some of those days. Okay, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಹೌದಾ? My question, what is his maximum possible daily wages? I'll give the options also. Okay, 250, 500, 750, none of this. Understood the question, madam? ಕೆಲವು ದಿನಗಳಿಗೆ, okay, I have appointed him based on a daily wages basis and the deal was supposed to be 5750. Being absent on some of those days, he was paid only rupees 5000. ನೀವು ಆದ್ರೂ ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಾ? Okay, now what is his maximum possible daily wages? I can put 125 also. He says 750 anta. ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಡೈಲಿ ವೇಜಸ್. ಏನಣ್ಣ ಸ್ಯಾನ್ 50 ಹೇಳಿದಲ್ಲೋ ಅಲ್ವಾ? Not all the question has to be answered. UPSC gives some of the questions deliberately to not to answer. If you are trying to answer it, then you lack experience, okay, practice. Helana 250, he says 250 madam, sarina? Maybe possible la? Question artha aita? Oh, inu acclimatize agbeku class ge. Now look here. He was supposed to be paid 5750. At the place of 5750, I am paying only 5,000, isn't it? Okay. Now, if I give SAN 50 every day, okay, every day, is it possible to pay him 5,000? If I pay 750 every day, SAN 50, SAN 50, SAN 50, if I keep on adding, will it become 5,000? ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? ಒಂದು ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ SAN 50 ಆದ್ರೆ 2 ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ 2 days 3 daysಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ, ಇಷ್ಟ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ತಾನೆ? ಕಮ್ ಆನ್. 2250 4 daysಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕೀಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ DC ಗಳು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. 3,000 5 daysಗೆ 3750 6 days 4,500. Okay, 7th day 5,250 it becomes. But is it possible to give 5,000? No. If it is not 5,000, definitely you won't get 5750 also. So definitely it's not 750. Can it be 500? Options use ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು. Can it be 500? Using 500 per day, I can give 5,000. I cannot give 5750. Okay, you can't give means you cannot cut also, isn't it? So 250, is it possible? Yes, possible. Okay, this and this. 125, is it possible? 250 ne ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 125 definitely possible, no? These two are possible, but what is he asking for? Maximum among these two. Okay, so what is the answer? You know what is 250? It's a HCF of these two numbers. Okay, the whole question itself is a definition of HCF. Understood? Meaning, what is the highest number among these which can divide both 5750 and 5,000? ಈ ಎರಡು ನಂಬರ್ ನ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡೋ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ, ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ನಂಬರ್ which can divide, which is nothing but 250 only, no? Understood the application? This is how the application will be. Okay, he won't mention that find the HCF. He'll give you the application based questions. Got it? How many days absent? What is X? X ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನ absent ಆಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ? SAN 50 ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, per day 250 ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನ? 3 days ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? If I change the values now, can you answer? Yes, of course. What you understood? Yeah, the science behind the HCF. Okay, whatever the science you are understanding here, that's what called concept, theory and all. Okay, you have to learn this one. ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು, ಓದೋದಲ್ಲ, ಬರೆಯೋದಲ್ಲ. What do you have to do? सीखना है. Okay, पढ़ना लिखने से नहीं आएगा. Understood? Like ಸೈಕಲ್ ಹೊಡಿಯೋದು, ಸೈಕಲ್ ಹೊಡಿಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತದಾ? ಯಾವ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ರಿ? BSSLR ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಗ, ಲೇಡಿ ಬರ್ಡ್, ಅದಾ? ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಾಯಿತ್ತು. ಸೈಕಲ್ ರ್ಯಾಲಿ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಕೇಳಿದಿರಾ? ನಿಮ್ಮ ತಾತನ ಹೋಗಿ ಕೇಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೈಕಲ್ ಹೊಡಿತಿದ್ದವ್ರು ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ, ಈಗಲೂ ಇತ್ತು ಅದು. ಓಕೆ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಗಟ್ಟಿ ಇತ್ತು ಅದು, ಗೇಜ್ ಎಲ್ಲ, ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ರ್ಯಾಲಿ ಸೈಕಲ್. ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ನವ್ರ ಕಾಲದೆಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನೂ ಇದಾವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಸೈಕಲ್, okay, if I change the cycle, can you pedal the cycle, madam? Okay, can you cycle? Okay, Bangalore ಓಡಿಸ್ತೀರಾ? ನಿಮ್ಮೂರಲ್ಲಿ? Kerala? Okay, in your Kerala also? Isn't it or not? Because you have learnt it. Okay, understood what you are learning? Yeah, okay. So if I change any of these values, you can able to deal in the exam if you learn the concepts. Okay, concept is nothing but science behind whatever you are doing. So each and everything, whatever we are doing here or dealing with, knowingly or unknowingly in everyday life, each and everyone are doing. Are we doing time, speed, distance every day? Are we doing clock based questions? Are we seeing the calendar? Are we doing the time and work concepts? In one or the other way you are doing, okay, your writing speed is, let's say, 2 lines per 1 minute. 2 lines for 1 minute. In 10 minutes you can type how many lines? 2 lines 1 nimshike, 10 nimshike, 10 minutes, 20. Okay, knowingly, unknowingly you are doing all those work, no? Okay, yes. So, if you learn the science behind whatever you are doing, then definitely you can. This doesn't make any difference. I can put X, Y, anything, numbers, numericals. Got it, sir? Okay. And also, Yeningandre, Andhra Pradesh, arithmetic progression and, yeah, okay, geometric progression, isn't it? Okay. What do you observe from these numbers? What is the observation? Tell me the observation. They are in? Ascending order. Understood? You know what is ascending, right? Okay, ascend, descend. Okay, ascending order I have arranged. Okay. After arranging, one more observation. When you see the difference between each successive number, how much? There is 2. Okay, when you have a common difference like this, after arranging them in a ascending or you can arrange in a descending order, these kind of numbers are called what? Arithmetic progression. That's it. Okay, the difference between each successive number has to be same. Okay, rather than this I can give you like this: x, x plus 2, x plus 4, x plus 6, x plus 8. What kind of numbers these are? Yeno Raja? Geometry ka? ಕಲಿಯೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಹಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ರು ಬರ್ಬೇಕು, ಹಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ರು ಬರ್ಬೇಕು. ಹೇಳು. Difference between each successive number is how much? X and x plus 2 difference is what? See, difference ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ. ಇದಕ್ಕೂ ಇದಕ್ಕೂ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ ತಾನೆ. There is 2 difference. ಕಾಣುತ್ತಾ ಮೇಡಮ್? Yeah, understood? So difference between these two is 2. It's in the same form, sir. ನೋಡ್ದಾ? Theory ಕೊಟ್ರು ಬರ್ಬೇಕು. So if I see a question like this also, I must be able to understand this is the question of AP. Okay, now x plus 1, x plus 4, x plus 7, what must be the next number? ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಕ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನೀವು ನಿಧಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. Okay, it's not about answering every time, it's about accuracy. ನಿಮ್ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ. Okay, you maintain accuracy, do not answer. Okay, try to analyze first. X plus 10 is it? How come, sir? What is the difference here? 3. What is the difference here? 3. So in that pattern this also should be 3. Okay, 3 more if I take x plus 10. Okay, what kind of numbers these are? Ashte. Udaitana? Okay. So there is a family in which when the age of the members is been arranged in a ascending or descending order, difference is 2. Meaning what? What kind of question? A person earns 2 rupees more than his previous day every time. Okay, means if he is earning x today, next day x plus 2. Amele, isn't it? What kind of question? Yeah, I can put this in any form. The theory remains, the science remains the same, which is AP. I can change the examples, isn't it, madam? Madboda? Okay. GP andre nodi 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. What is the next number? ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ? What is the rate at which it is changing? It's doubling, right? Okay, yesterday it was 2, today it is 4. Next 2, next 2. So what is the rate at which it is changing? It's 1:2. Okay, into 2 into 2 into 2 ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇವತ್ತು 1 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಇದೆ, ನಾಳೆ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ? 2 ರೂಪಾಯಿ, isn't it? So this has to be what? 64. The rate of changing remains same. The rate at which it is changing remains same is called what kind of numbers? Yeah, geometrical progression. Okay, the concept remains same for many questions including the mixtures, compound interest to hinge agat badi seri. Okay, shall I move this? Okay, you copied this. So whatever the questions, it has to be from here, or else a basic numerical question also you might ask. ಹೇಳೋಣ ಹೋಗಂತರಿಯೋ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದನೇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೀನಿ, ಇದು ಇದರಲ್ಲೇ ಬರೀಬೇಕಾ? ತಾಳ್ಮೆ, ಮನ್ಸಿಗೆ ತಾಳ್ಮೆ ಇರಬೇಕು ಆಯ್ತಾ. ನಂಬರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಈಗ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಈಗ next you can take this as 2. This one will be, you can take this as 1. Team number 1. Okay na sir. Team number 2. Time and work. To complete work, what we require? ಕೊಟ್ಟ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತಪ್ಪ? ಏನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತೀಯ? ಟೈಮ್. ಯಾರು ಕೇಳೋದು? ನೀನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತೀಯ, ನೀನು ಬೇಕು ತಾನೇ ನಮ್ಗೆ. ಸೊ ಯು ಆರ್ men, you need men as well as the time to complete work. Okay, so work always directly depends on ಏನೇನು? Time, and also directly depends on men. Okay, got it sir? So this is the whole relationship. Work is equal to time into men, or else we can put this also in the form of work is equal to time into efficiency. Okay, not every man's efficiency would be same, right? A can do 10 units per day. B not necessarily has to do only 10. He could do 12 units, 15, 20, isn't it? So his efficiency increases means what goes down? Yenagutte madam? If you are more efficient, then you will take what? Lesser time. If this is more, this has to be less. Keeping what same? Work is same. If I change the work, this concept doesn't work. I have to keep the same work. I have to give the same work for you as well as you. Okay, your time depends on what? Your efficiency of doing work. Hello sir, efficiency is nothing but the speed of your doing work. Okay, if your work speed is more, you will take lesser time, isn't it? When the work is same, how can I relate time and efficiency? Are they directly proportional? No, they are inversely proportional. The meaning of this relationship is, if the time goes up, means if you are taking more time, meaning what? Your efficiency is. If you are taking less time, then your efficiency has to be more. Idenana? Okay. Barkoli idna. Time and work concept. Ishte irodu. Okay, we are in a 3-dimensional world. Hengo hodru ade length, breadth, height. Okay. Let's say you have to do 120 units of work. Okay sir, what is given? Work is given. How many units? 120 units. Okay, or else you have to lay 120 bricks or else tiles. Okay madam, you can do 20 units per hour. What is this 20 units per hour here? Ide irad mooru. Okay, time, efficiency, work. I have given the work. What else given? 20 units per hour is what? Your efficiency, your speed of doing work, isn't it? How many units you can do? 20 units. If I ask you to find the time taken in hours, how many hours you will take? What? How come 6 hours? Because the relationship will be like this, isn't it? Okay, formula, concept, theory, whatever you call. Okay, if you are having 120 units, if your capacity is to do 20 units in an hour, you need 6 hours. Okay, the signs remain same. If I change the values also, the signs behind this remain same madam. I can change this value, accordingly this also will changes, but this remains always same. This is called theory, science, concept. Okay, this is maths to prove all this science. Okay na? Now there is a tank here, a cement tank is also called cistern. Okay, there is a pipe attached to it. Okay, in this pipe 20 liters of water is coming per minute. How many liters? And the capacity of this tank is 120 liters. How many liters? 120 liters. Let's say this is completely empty now. Okay, I'm opening here. If I open this channel, okay madam, the water will come in at a rate of, what do you mean by rate? Yeah, per 1 minute. Okay, isn't it or not? Per unit. That's what. In 1 minute, how many liters? 20 liters. Will it get filled at certain point? Okay, will it get filled at certain point? Yes, sir. Okay, how much time it will take? 6 minutes. Can I relate this 120 is equal to 6 into 20 similarly? Isn't it? The theory remains here also same, no? But the example is different. Okay, this is nothing but here there is a pipe and there is a cistern. Here also, okay, we can apply the same concept of time and work. Right, madam? Okay, pipes of cistern. Cistern capacity itself is the work here. Okay, and its speed of filling the tank itself will the efficiency. And time remains what? Time remains same. Nim ಗಡಿಯಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ತೋರಿಸ್ತಿದೆ ಟೈಮ್? ಗಡಿಯಾರ ಹಾಕೊಂಬಂದಿಲ್ವಾ? ಅವ್ರ ಗಡಿಯಾರದಲ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳಿ. 6:25 ನಂದ್ರಲ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕಣೋ. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಹಂಗೆ? The time is same for everyone. The time is what? Time only. Okay, isn't it or not? Okay, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಓಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Isn't it? Your 1 hour will be my 1 hour. If you are attending 2.5 hours of class today, okay, I will be teaching. Okay, if next week, if I am meeting you after 6 days, you will be meeting me after, because the time remains. ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಹೋಗಿ, okay, your speed may be different. Okay, my speed may be different. Isn't it? Okay, what remains same for everyone? Constant alla. Okay, it remains same. Can't we change it? Constant means something which can't be altered. Alvenappa? Can I change the time? Can I change the time? Sure. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಫಿಲಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ನೋಲನ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬ್ಸೆಸ್ಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್. ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಟ್ರೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಈಗ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ನಿಂಗೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸಿ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೋರ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೀನು ಮುದುಕ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ, ನೀನು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ವಿ ಆರ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು ಕಾಲೋನೈಸ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್, ಇಸಂಟ್ ಇಟ್? ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಿರೋದು? ಎಲಾನ್ ಮಸ್ಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಟ್ರಿಪ್ ಏನೋ. ಓಕೆ, now similarly distance is equal to what and what? Time into speed. Okay, now if you have to travel 300 kilometer, let's say you have taken 5 hours, what is your speed? What is your speed? Yesterday also I mentioned about speed something. Okay, speed anta yargo heladnalla, eno speed andre distance traveled 10 ಗಂಟೆಗ in how many hours? 1 hour. Whatever the distance you travel in 1 hour, your speedometer will be in kilometer per hour. 1 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತಾನೆ ತೋರಿಸೋದು. Okay, isn't it? Yes. So 300 kilometer if you are traveling in 5 hours, what should I multiply here to make it 300? 5 into what is 300? 60. Isn't it? Kilometer per hour. Isn't it? Okay, this is your distance, this is your time, this will be your speed. Very similarly, in the previous case we called it as what? Efficiency. The time remains time only. The distance there it was called what? Work. So the time and work is nothing but what? Time, speed and distance antanu karibodu. Example may differ but the science behind it is same only. There you are completing the work, here also you are completing a distance which is nothing but the work only. Alvana Mari? Okay, look here now. I will keep this distance same. Nodi madam, I will keep this distance same. If I increase this, okay, what happens to the time taken? This obviously has to happen in the science, right? Okay, there is no other way. If I increase the speed, I have to take less time keeping same distance. Okay, ಧರ್ಮಸ್ಥಳಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ at a speed of 60. What is the time taken? If you double this, you know what happens? If you are traveling at 120 kilometer per hour, okay, yeah, how many hours you will be taking? Yeah, 2.5 into 120 which is equal to 3, isn't it? Okay, if you double this, this becomes half of it. See, kadime aita hange. If you keep on increasing it, this will be keep on decreasing, right? If I am traveling at 300 kilometer per hour, what is the time taken? 1 hour. If I am traveling at 600 kilometer per hour, 600 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ, ಓಕೆ, ಹೇಳ್ರಪ್ಪ, ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಕಣ್ರು, ರೋಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಹೋಗಕ್ಕೆ. ಈಗ GST ಕೊಟ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಗಾಡಿಗಳು ನೋಡುದ ಆಯ್ತು ಪೂಜೆ ದಿನ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಇಳಿತಿದ್ದು ರೋಡ್ಗೆ ಅಂತ, ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಈ ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ ಇಂದ ಆ ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ ಮಧ್ಯ ಪಾಟೋಲ್. So 300 kilometer if you are traveling 1 hour. If it is 600, you will be taking how much? 30 minutes. Okay, if I keep on increasing the speed, this will be keep on reducing, right? If it keep on reducing like this, okay, at some point you can attain here 1 minute also. You can attain 5 seconds. You can attain 3 seconds. You can attain 0 seconds. Decrease ಆಗಬೇಕು, ನೀವೇ ತಾನೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು. Okay, you only told that it will be decreasing. If I keep on decreasing 3, 2, 1 milliseconds and all, if I microseconds and all, at some point it has to get to 0, no? ಬರಲ್ವಾ? ಬರಬೇಕಲ್ವೇನಪ್ಪ, 0 ಬರುತ್ತಾ? Theoretically it has to be, right? Okay, now if you are attaining 0 here, what is the meaning of it? Meaning your starting point and ending point is same, remains same. You are in the loop. Okay, that much of speed you have attained. Okay, let's say you still increase the speed. This has to be in what? Minus, negative seconds, isn't it? Okay, in that case my watch and your watch will be running in a different speed. Means my time won't be your time, my 1 minute won't be your 1 minute. Okay, speed change ಆಗ್ತದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟೈಮ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ನಾನು ಹಿಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗೋದಲ್ವಾ. ಟೈಮ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ರನ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್? Is it possible to go backwards? No, you have to come with me in the same timeline. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇ ಟೈಮ್ ಲೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು ಈಗ, isn't it? We cannot go backwards, right? Can we go backwards? No. Okay, I'll tell you some interesting facts when you do time, speed and distance. Okay, this is what relativity. Okay, in a simple words. Shall I move this? Okay, so time and work concept, this can be put under the pipes and cistern also. Not necessarily every time each and every work has to be done by only one person. Can I hire 2 person? None is 5 person, 10 person, along with 10 men, can I put 5 men, 5 women? 10 ಗಂಡಾಳು 5 ಹೆಣ್ಣಾಳು. ಓಕೆ, 3 ಜನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಪ್ಪ. ನಿಮ್ ಥಿಯರಿ ಬೇರೆ, ನಿಮ್ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀಕಾಂತ್ ಬರ್ದಿರೋದೆಲ್ಲಾನು. ಓಕೆ, ಆಚೆ ನೋಡಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತದ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಟಿವ್ ವರ್ಕ್, means collectively they are working. Concept remains same there also. Why do you work? Wages. Your wages depends on what? Work. You do more work, you will get more wages. If you are getting less wages, means what? You are doing less work anta. So work and wages. Okay, how they are related? Directly. At the place of work किताकपटू you can put wages. Okay, इसको निकाल के ये डालो, उतना ही है concept. W for W, replacement. Okay, madam. Similarly, the same equivalent concept which can be time, speed and distance. Okay, we see the different varieties of question where we keep the distance same, we'll keep the time same, we'll keep the speed same. Let's see what happens. Okay, time is obviously same, isn't it? ಹೌದಾ? If I go with more speed, I can travel more distance in the same time. ನಿಮಗೂ 1 hour, ನನಗೂ 1 hour. ಓಕೆ, ನಾನು ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ at 10 km/h, ಓಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, ನೀವು ಸ್ಕೂಟಿಲಿ ಹೋಗಿರ್ತೀರಾ 20 km/h. ಓಕೆ, in 1 hour you can cover 20. I am covering only 10. Keeping what same? Time is same. Okay, time is same though we are traveling different distance because our speed is different, isn't it? Our time can't be different. Right, sir? So concept, we'll see all those concepts of time same, distance same. ನೋಡಿ, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು. Okay, you have to learn like this only. If you are focusing only on the PYQ without having a basic concept here, okay, conceptual knowledge, then it doesn't serve the purpose. Because last year question won't be reflected in the next 10 years in the same manner. ಬರುತ್ತಾ? ಬಂದ್ರು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇದೇನೆ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ನೀವು KPSC ಹುಡುಗರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಕೊಡಿ, ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ವೈ? They have mugged up from the last 10 years of PYQs each and everything. Okay, PDO, PC exam, sub inspector exam, bandiro, ella aptitude. Because they are weak in maths, they don't practice maths. What they do is they sit and mug. Okay, sometimes 1 or 2 questions will be reflected there. I'll overcome agtade. Okay, overlap agtade. Similarly here, race based questions. Okay, you can run in a straight line, linear race, or else you can run in a circle. Okay, ಓಡಿದಿರಾ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿಲಿ ಇತ್ತ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಸ್ಟೇಡಿಯಂ ಇತ್ತಾ ಓಕೆ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಇತ್ತಾ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮೀಟರ್ ಇತ್ತು ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ 400 meters okay there will be a 400 meter track normally a Olympic standard track will be like this 400 meter will be where illu odudra or else here outer ಹೇಳ್ರಿ PSC ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಓಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ PSI ಗೆಲ್ಲ inner or outer inner this will be 400 meters this depends on the number of tracks okay you can extend it okay so race based questions you will be having madam then you will get trains based question why trains not bus two wheeler because in the trains question we'll consider the length of the train also that is the only vehicle where we consider its length okay in the remaining we'll neglect the length of the vehicle okay next ಹೇಳಿ boats and stream okay your basic physics says what when two bodies are moving in an opposite direction okay there will be a relative speed madam okay means they can cross each other in a faster rate okay for example ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ I have to give so many examples okay I have to put a tree I have to put a person and all okay each and everything we'll do it later on you understood what is relative speed okay somewhere you have heard these things relative speed when two bodies are moving in opposite direction the speed will get added up meaning they will cross each other in a faster rate okay you might have witnessed all those things okay while sitting in a bus okay if one other bus is crossing parallelly both bharr anta hogtadalro adene kandro speed will get added up okay if you are moving in the same direction another bus will struggle to overtake you right okay alvenrappa anta gear agtirtanalla diesel gadi okay isn't it so that is what there it will get subtracted but in the case of boats and streams okay stream always flow from ಹೇಳ್ರಪ್ಪ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗ್ತದಲ್ಲ ನೀರ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಅಪ್ಪಿಂದ ಹಿಂಗ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಾ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಅಲ್ವೇನೋ ಯಾ ಹೌ ಕಮ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅಪ್ ಟು ಆಲ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಬೇಡ ಕಣಪ್ಪ ಜಾಗ್ರಫಿ ಓಕೆ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅಪ್ ಟು ಡೌನ್ ಇಫ್ ಅ ಬೋಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ okay towards the upstream what happens the speed will be reduced isn't it the speed will be reduced but our basic physics says when two bodies are moving in opposite direction the speed has to get add agbeku anta helutte but the stream is coming here like this boat is going opposite to it okay speed will it get added or it will be subtracted that's the difference we are going to observe in boats and streams if the boat is going in the direction of the stream okay with the flow of the water if it is going it will get a push from the water also isn't it so their speed will get added up that is the difference we are going to see understood the theoretical difference okay barkodi iga many examples okay subtopics I can make this as a subtopic isn't it subtopic race based question trains boats and streams anta ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದು book ಬರಿಬಹುದು okay I can increase the price of the book based on this content there but the theme remains same madam okay ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳೋದು ಈಗ ಹೊಸ ಗಾಡಿ ಬಂದಿರ್ತದೆ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ಗೆ ಓಕೆ ಏನು ಬಂದಿರಬಹುದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ let's say there is a car GST reduced on the car right everybody are interested in cars nowadays okay yeah there is a new vehicle let's say what is the upgrade they might have seat ಇರ್ತದಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತೂತು ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಾರೆ it's called ventilated seats yeah that's a what is your selling point then okay what is the upgrade you are expecting there ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತೇನ್ರು ಈಗ ಅಪ್ಗ್ರೇಡ್ ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಗಳು ಇರ್ತದೆ ಓಕೆ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ದ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಓಕೆ ಇದಾಕಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಸನ್ ರೂಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಸನ್ ರೂಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಯಾ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಒಂದು ಮಗು ಒಂದು ತಲೆಗೆ ಏಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬೀಳ್ತಲ್ಲ. That's a craze, isn't it? It will compromise the whole structure only. You know what is the intention behind that sunroof? It was basically introduced in the cold countries. Okay, because obviously there will be no sunlight. When there is the sunlight, they will open the sunroof so that the sun rise. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಕೂರಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ವಹಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ತಿನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಪಾಪ ಅವಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತು, even a small chip of stone, okay, that will work like a bullet during your 60 or 80 kilometer of speed. ಮಕ್ಕಳಿರ್ಲಿ, ನೀವು ದೊಡ್ಡವರು ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. Okay, so that's how. So we can change minor things. Next is what is it? ಫಾರ್ಚೂನರ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಗಾಡಿ ಇದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಸನ್ರೂಫ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಇವತ್ತಿಗೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, okay, percentage. We'll apply percentage in many ways. Okay, where you have seen the percentage? Marks, isn't it? Marks based question, isn't it? There is an increase, decrease in the population. Again, percentage. Okay, isn't it or not? Each and every how many percentage? See, rather than going for percentage, if I going for each and every rupee, penny and all, that becomes a very big calculation. Isn't it? Okay, 140 crore, 33 lakh, 45,000, something like this, and a population itto. If I see the difference, okay, I won't go with all those actual numbers, absolute numbers. I go with just a percentage. So most of the stats will be in what? Means I will consider my original data as 100. Based on that 100, I'll see whatever the change. Okay, madam, many questions will be there, marks based questions, so population based questions, so length and breadth I can change. Okay, many questions are there. So application will be many, and afterwards if you want to put it in a topic particularly, have you heard of this one? Yen SI andre simple interest. How to find the simple interest? There is a popular formula. Kelri, SI is equal to PTR by 100. Kelidira? Kelidira. Yen hingandre? Okay, everybody will be having certain interest. Nobody will lend money for free of cost. ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ದುಡ್ಡು ಫ್ರೀಗೆ? If there is something called free, okay, don't believe them. ಫ್ರೀ ಅಂತ ಏನಾರು ಇದೆಯಾ ಎಕಾನಮಿಲಿ? ಓದಿದ್ರೇನ್ರು? Okay. So simple interest. You'll be charging a certain interest, or else you'll be having a certain interest because you have lent a certain principal. Okay, principal spelling ಹೇಳಿ ನೋಡೋಣ. PRI correct, NC I correct, ಆಯ್ತಾ? PLE ಈಗ ನಾನು ಏನೋ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡ, ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳು. ನೀವು ತುಂಬಾ ಹಂಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ತುಂಬಾ ಬೆಲ್ ಬಾಟಮ್ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯೋಚನೆ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ AL. ಓಕೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ PLE ಎಲ್ಲ ಉಮೇಶ್ ಸರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ T for time, R is for what? Rate. Here also rate. What do you mean by rate here? If I say, yeah, rate of interest, interest we are having, there is a rate of my interest. I'll say 5% per annum. This is my rate of interest. What's your understanding? ಹೇಳು, ಇವು ನಿಮ್ಮೂರ್ ಕಡೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ 2 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಬಡ್ಡಿಗೆ ತಂದೆ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಏನ್ರಿ ಹಂಗಂದ್ರೆ? ಎಷ್ಟಾದ್ರೂ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ 2 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತನಾ? Yeah, what is it? What do you mean by, see, if I am taking an interest? That's a generic term. Have you heard? Okay, I have bought the interest for 2 rupee, meaning for every 100 rupee taken, you have to pay, madam, 2 rupee for 1 year. Okay, isn't it? Interest, if you are paying for 1 year, that's very simple. Dharmud biddi antar nodi adu. Okay, per annum. Yeah. So 5% per annum means for every 100 rupee taken, I have to pay 5 rupee. If I have taken 200 rupee, 10. If I have taken for 2 years, 10 no. Again, one more 10 will become 20. That's what this whole expression will prove. Understood? Okay, whereas generically we'll try to do all those things. Then also, not everybody charges in the same manner. Okay, so this will be compound interest also. Okay, compound interest formula idea, you know, yellow keldanಗಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power N or T. T is the number of years, time period. Okay, this will give you what? total amount, not the interest. This will give you the total amount. How to find the compound interest then? Once you know the principal, once you know the total amount, in between these two you'll be having what? If you subtract these two, you'll get what? Compound interest ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Okay? Formula ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕಬಾರದಂಗೆಲ್ಲ. Okay. Profit, loss. Heard of this term? Where? ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಾ? Business? It's a trade. Okay? Isn't it or not? Business is manufacturing business ಆಗ್ತದೆ. It's about the trade. What is mean by trade? Once you buy and sell it, that's what called trade. That's a two-way. Okay, only selling is not called trade. You have to buy it, then you have to sell the same commodity, which is called trade, isn't it? Buying at which the price you have given is called what? Cost price. Okay, isn't it? SP means selling price. If this is greater than this, okay, this, yeah, is called what? Yeah, profit. Isn't it? If this is the case, then yeah, if CP is greater, then this is called loss. Howda? Okay. Similarly, have you heard of the term recently? Tumba kelirtira. Discounts. Isn't it? There must be a need selling point. So he'll offer you what? Discounts. Similarly, when it comes to the SI and CI, you might have heard of this also. ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಈಗೆಲ್ಲ ಫೋನ್ಗಿನ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರಾ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಂಡ ಗುಡ್ ಅವರು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಸೇ ಮಾಡೋದು ಕಣ ಓಕೆ ಸೊ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ ಆಲ್ ಆರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ isn't it? So if you learn the percentage, you must be familiar about all these concepts. I know percentage, but I don't know the profit and loss. That doesn't works in that way. Right? 5 ಗೇರ್ ಗಾಡಿಗೆ 2 ಗೇರ್ ಗೊತ್ತು ನನಗೆ 3 ಬರಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಂಗ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಗಾಡಿ ಓಡ್ಸಕ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಅದು okay so understood the point? Shall I move this? Next is average. Average marks, average salary, average age, okay, average height, average weight. You can put average in any form. Okay, wherever there is a data, you can put that in an average form. Okay, how to find the average of any data? Sum of all data or observations whole divided by yeah total number of observations, isn't it? Simple concept. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಹಿಂಗಂದ್ರೆ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳೋದಲ್ಲೋ ಬಾರು ಅದನ್ನೇ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. So they are of different heights. Let's say there are 5 poles of different heights. Okay, I want you to find the average of all these poles. Okay, you did the average, but actually the theoretically the science behind whatever the calculation you are doing, what actually you have done is, if I ask you to make the average out of it, you have cut this one here somewhere, you are putting this height here, you are cutting this one somewhere here, and you are putting this height here. So at some point when you see all the poles height becomes what? Equal. Okay, I haven't added any extra, I have made use of their height and I have made it same. This line of equality is called what? Average. Nobody should be more, nobody should be less. Okay, in this whole process, that's what we are going to do here. Okay, in a different form and techniques. So basically there will be a lot of properties under which we will be doing, okay, we will be discussing there extensively. Okay, na? Properties of average. Every year we are getting questions on average based on the properties only. Okay, na? Write down properties of average. Okay, next is ratio and proportion. I lost the count here. What is the theme? You put the percentage under 3, theme number 3. 3 nitane idu. Next, this will be 4. this will become 5th. Okay. Ratio and proportion. Okay, yesterday also I gave you a brief theory of ratio and proportions. What is a ratio, madam? Simple definition. Comparison of two or more quantities having same units, magnitude, types antalla heladuvalla. What is a proportion? Comparison of two or more ratios is called proportion. Okay, we'll get here also mainly properties of ratio, proportion. We can apply these things in a different form where mixtures and alligation. Okay, questions based on ages. We'll do lot many questions here also, age al ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. In average also we'll do age based question, because okay, if my age increases by 1 year, okay, your age, will it be same or increases, decreases, what happens? Because time is same only, no, your everybody's age has to increase by 1 year. Average age of R will increase by how many years? You'll notice, we are of different age only, no? Okay, if I add everybody's age and divide by number of people here, let's say the age is 30 years. Okay, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗೋಯ್ತಾ? Okay, I'll be too much. 24 years, let's say. Average. Okay, what I have done? I have summed up. Sum is nothing but what? Addition. You can call it as summation, which is nothing but what? Addition. In a short form, what do you call it as? Add or sum. But in the case of simple interest, if I say sum, what do you mean by this sum? Sum andre enali? Principal will be called as sum. Okay, this is a sum, but this is summation which is said as in a short form sum. Got it? Okay. If I sum all our age and divide by, let's say we have some 120 students here, 120, let's say we are getting 24. Next year if I do the same, okay, will I get only 24? No. If each person's age increases by 1 year, your average also increases by 1 year. This is what the property of age. Okay, since this is under the property of average, we are going to do lot many age based questions in average only. Understood? Okay. Similarly, ages here. Here also we'll do ages. Let's say you and your brother has an age gap of 5 years now. Okay, he and his brother is having an age gap of 5 years. After 3 years, madam, what is the age gap between them? Same, okay? Because the time remains same. The timeline will be remaining same for both, right? That will travel like this only. If it is a 5 gap, okay, after 5 years also 5 years of gap. But the ratio, will it be same? Different, sir. Nimdu 20 years. Let's say your brother is 25 years. After 5 years means I have to add 5, right? Okay, 3 years ಹೇಳದ್ನಾ ಆಯ್ತು 3 years ತಗೊಳ 5 ಇರಲಿ ಬಿಡ್ರಿ. Okay, number 5 divide ಮಾಡಂತದ್ದು. So this will be 25 and this will be 30. Here the ratio was what? 4:5, right? Understood? 5 4s are 5 5s are. Now 25 and 30 are in what ratio? 5:2, isn't it? The ratio changed here. Okay, the ratio changed, but their difference in their age remains same. Okay, that's why we'll do lot many questions on ages here also. Okay, aita next ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? Partnership. This is the business partnership. Why do you enter into a partnership for doing business? We'll share our initial investment, isn't it? Okay, I'll share my initial investment in a certain ratio, isn't it? Okay, if I need 100 rupees andre, I'll say you put 2 parts, I'll put 3 parts. What is the total investment? 100. A and B are investing. He is putting 2 parts, he is putting 3 parts. This is the ratio. How much A actually has invested? 2:3 divide ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. 2:3 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವನು 2 ಭಾಗ, this one is 3 ಭಾಗ, 3 parts. Totally how many parts? You know 5 parts. 5 parts is equal to what given? 100. You know unitary, yesterday we did lot many unitary, remember? If 5 parts is equal to 100, one part ಎಷ್ಟು? ಎಷ್ಟು 1 part if it is 20. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಮರಿ? 5 ಭಾಗ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 5 ಸಮಭಾಗ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 100ನ 1 ಭಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ 20, 1 ಭಾಗ 20 ಆದ್ರೆ 2 ಭಾಗ 40 and this will be 60, isn't it or not? Okay, understood? So in the end I should get my profit also in the ratio what? 2:3 only. Let's say I got 100 rupee profit. Okay, investment to 100 rupee profit to bantu. Okay, ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್. What is my investment? 100. What is my profit? What percent profit I got? 100 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತೀರಾ? Isn't it or not? Okay, my profit is also 100%. Since my investment ratio is 2:3, okay, if it is a fair division, fairly if I have to divide, then profit also should be in the ratio. So my profit will directly depends on what? My capital. My capital, isn't it? Okay, if I am investing for 1 year, okay, my partner is investing for 2 years, then also should I have to divide in the ratio 2:3? No. In that case, what has to be considered? Time of investment also has to be considered. So profit depends on not only capital and also what? Time. So P is equal to capital into time. If you understood this much, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇರೋದು, ಇನ್ನೇನು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ. Okay, 2 people, 3 people questions will be given. So profit, P for profit depends on capital and time. If my capital is more, I should get more profit. If I am investing for more time, then I should get ಅಷ್ಟೇ ತಾನೆ, directly related ಅವೆಲ್ಲ. Understood? Directly related means on LHS, RHS. If RHS increases, LHS also has to increase. Okay, inversely proportional means if RHS increases, LHS has to decrease. Okay, so this all comes under the ratio proportion. ಏನು ಕೇಳೋ, ಅವಾಗಲೇ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಲ್ಲೇನೋ ಏನ? Okay, permutation, combination and probability. See, 2023 was a nightmare in CSAT. Okay, that is why the paper 1 cutoff was GM ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟಿತ್ತು ಗೊತ್ತಾ? Okay, approximately somewhere 75 something, 74 something, 75. Okay, and also one of the category, ST category was only this much out of 200 madam. What is the reason? Okay, was difficult. More than difficult, the paper was not in a usual pattern. Okay, actually there is no pattern, but it was difficult because 17 questions were somewhere related to this one: permutation, combination and probability. Okay, ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅವನೇನು ಹೇಳಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, he didn't intended you to do all these 17 questions. Some were easy, some were looking easy, but there was a possibility of making mistakes. Many of the students picked those questions. Okay, they spend the time, and also after spending the time, definitely what do? You will go for an answer which is wrong. Okay, double edge. At the end, there were many easy questions which you couldn't able to do because time up. Time agogittu alva namre. Okay, so that was the case in 2023. That happened. Okay, after this, many students who are at the last attempt and all, they went to court. Court ಏನು oblige ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ, they went to CAT then. Okay, CAT asked for a clarification from the UPSC stating that since permutation, combination and probability are in 11th standard of NCERT, but your syllabus says basic numeracy up to 10th standard anta, there is a breach of syllabus anta bandru. Okay, UPSC has given a very good clarification of some 20 pages. You can see that there is it's in a domain there. Okay, saying that these are general counting techniques. Not necessarily this has to be practiced using any formula. Okay, and also CAT doesn't have any jurisdiction over UPSC to ask any clarification because UPSC is a Lakshmikantiga, come on, constitution body. Okay, CAT anta heludu. Then afterwards, all the students, okay, they did a group. Gottalla UP channel ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. Okay, activists. Okay, first aspirant, next activism, activists galagtare. So they did. Amele, okay, it was free of cost, okay, for student fraternity and all. Amele, 10 rupee each, 20 rupee each, okay, 500 kodi, 1000 kodi, we are going to meet those people, okay, Modi ivattu, Rahul Gandhi ivattu anta hinge vodo. Okay, those people till today they are doing this. Okay, they are fighting for an attempt here. Okay, it's not going to work. So rather than admela ಮಾಡೋ ಬದಲು ಕೂತು ಓದ್ಬಿಡಬಹುದಾಗಿತ್ತು ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಅದೇ ಮಾಡೋದು ನಾವು ಚಿಟ್ ಬರ್ಕೋತೀವಲ್ಲ ಕೂತು ಓದ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಷ್ಟನ್ನ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಚೂರು ಎಫರ್ಟ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ. ಚಿಟ್ ಬರೆಯಲ್ವ ನೀವು ಬರ್ದೇ ಇಲ್ವೇನೋ ಕಣ್ಣಲ್ಲಿ ಕಣ್ಣಿಟ್ಟು ಸುಳ್ಳು ಬರೋದು ಬರ್ದೇ ಇಲ್ವ ನಿನ್ನ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು ಅವೆಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಎ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್. ಅಪ್ ಟು 10th ಅಂತಿದೆ ಮಗ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಪ್ ಟು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದೇನು ಈಗ ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಹೋಗಿಲಿ ಲೈನಕ್ಕೂ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋ ಅದೇ ತರನೇ ಇರ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇನಿಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ. ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ನ್ಯೂಮರಸಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಸೆಡ್ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ವೈಡ್ ಟರ್ಮಿನಾಲಜಿ. ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ನ್ಯೂಮರಸಿ ಅಪ್ ಟು 10th ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾನೆ. ಓಕೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್? ಇಫ್ ಹಿ ಗಿವ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಅಪ್ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಟ್ರಿಗ್ನೋಮೆಟ್ರಿ, ದೆನ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರಿಗ್ನೋಮೆಟ್ರಿ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸಿಂಗ್. Okay, nodappa, I can't predict these things. What I can do is syllabus based on my experience I can teach you. Okay, if you ask for a trigonometry question, what to do? Mate ashte, there are some questions which are meant to be left. Okay, that is one among them. So next year there was a lot of demand starting from ninna ಹೇಳಿದಂಗೆ sir permutation combination ಅಂತ ಆಯ್ತು ಮಾಡ್ರಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿಸಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು. Not even a single question was from permutation combination in 2024. ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳೋಣ ಈಗ UPSC ಎದುರ್ಕೊಬಿಟ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋಣ. Okay, so whatever you have to be practiced, okay, syllabus has to be completed. Okay, this is a very wide concept, permutation combination. Many examples. There is nothing called concept at all here. Okay, many counting techniques are there. So what are the things which we do here in the class practice, which we in the class? Okay, if the question comes under that radar, then only choose a question, or else what to do? Always you have a luxury of leaving a question. Okay, in prelims that is the advantage, but that is the art you have to learn through mock. Okay, so permutation, combination and probability idu appa story. Permutation, combination, probability will practice these things. Okay, permutation andre ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾ? NPR. Okay, formula. See, if I have to arrange ABC in a different form, same 3 people A, B, C, ಇವರೇ 3 ಜನನ್ನ 3 seats. If I have to arrange in a different order, can you arrange them? Yes. How come? Come on, ಹೇಳಿ. A, B, C. ಆಮೇಲೆ B, A, C. A ಇಂದನೇ ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋಣ. We'll go in a certain pattern. A, C, B, then B, A, C, then B, C, A, then C, A, B, then C, B, A. So how many ways? Is there any other way? If I do any other way, it's called repetition. Okay, you can't repeat it. So only how many ways? 6 ways. ಹೀಗೂ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, or else you can put the formula also. The formula, whatever we have done here. Okay, for example, look here, 3 people are there, A, B, C. Only 2 seats are there. Okay, ಎರಡೇ ಸೀಟ್ ಇರೋದು. How many different ways you can make them sit here? 3 ಜನ ಫಿಲಮ್ಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರು ಕಾಂತಾರ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಟಿಕೆಟ್ ಸಿಕ್ತೋ? Okay, who can go? How many different ways they can go? A can sit with B like this, isn't it? Then B can sit with C, then AC, then can't I change their order? Okay, see, okay, I'll put this one in a different way. 3 people are there here. Okay, how to make them sit together? Kantara film marthmudi. Okay, yeah, 2 seats are there here. How many different ways you can make them sit? Can I change these 2 people's order like this tomorrow and can say, oh, you have changed your seats? Can I say, madam? Yes, you can change the order here. B and A can sit like this, then CB, then CA. Okay, how many ways? 6 ways of arranging them, right? Okay, now same 3 people A, B, C, they are going to a movie. Yadappa? Kantara. Is ticket? Only 2 tickets. Okay, who can go now? A, B can go together, then AC can go, then BC can go, then if A goes with B, B goes with A, ade film mein tane hakado. Okay, does it considered as a different movie? No, they have to go to a movie. A went with B. That means what? B went with A only. Okay, if you change the order, that doesn't make any difference here. So how many ways? 3 ways. How many people were there here? 3 people. I have chosen every time 2 people, isn't it or not? Okay, so I have selected here. There were 3, but I selected 2. Okay, after selecting 2, I have changed their order here, isn't it? Selection plus I have arranged them in a different order. In this process, that's what I have done. There was theory behind this one. In this case, though there are 3 people, I have selected how many? 2. After selecting, if I change their order, that does become a different processor, same processor. That is the same process, isn't it, madam? So arrangement doesn't make any difference here. This is the process of selection. This is the process of selection plus arrangement. Okay, this is called permutation. Combination. If you change the combination, that doesn't make any difference here. Understood? If I select 11 players for a team, if I change their order, does it become a different team? No, that's a selection of a team, isn't it, madam? Adane. Okay, formula, NPR, NCR, we can do in that form, or else this is a general counting technique. Okay. Probability no ashtene. If you go to the prelims, how many outcomes are there? How many outcomes are there? Aache banದಾಗ ಏನೇನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? Pass or else? You understand Kannada? Okay, good. Yeah, pass ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ or else ಏನಾಗಬಹುದಪ್ಪ? ಇನ್ನೇನೋ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಎರಡೇ ಆಗೋದಲ್ವಾ? How many outcomes? 2 outcomes. Can it happen both? Pass as well as fail? No. Okay. What is your probability of getting pass? There is only one chance, right? Okay, that's what. So 1 out of 2. So probability of any event is equal to, this is the total outcome. Okay, this is my favorable outcome. Okay, madam, when you toss a coin, what happens? Why should we toss a coin? Adunedi. Why should we go to prelims? Why should we go to an exam? ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಇಂಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಹಾಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? ಆಗಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ತಾನೇ ಹೋಗೋದು ನಾವು. Isn't it or not? Okay, ಹಾಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಹೋಗೋಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತೆ? You already know you will pass. Why should we then? Okay, do something else. Isn't it or not? Something which is already known. Okay, it's not a probability. Okay, what do you call it as? It's a conclusion. It's a certainty. Why do you do any experiment? The outcomes are unknown. You have to observe the outcomes, no madam? Isn't it? That's why. So when you toss a coin, what is your expectation? Either head or tails. If it is both tails, will you toss a coin? What is the point in tossing a coin if it is both tails? Isn't it? There are minimum how many outcomes must be there? 2 outcomes must be there. Okay, out of which one of them can come. Possibility irbodu. Alwa? Okay, if you roll a die, why do you have to roll a die? Because somebody needs 3, somebody okay has to win, somebody has to lose. Snake, ladder, yargaru sigbekalla enadru. Isn't it? That's a probability. We don't know that, isn't it or not? So if it is a certain thing, why should we roll a die? That's an experiment. Okay, that is uncertain. How many outcomes will be there? Dada udastage estappa irtade? 6 outcomes. Okay, in the 6 outcomes, only one can appear, right? Okay, let's say my favorable outcome is 3. How many times you can get 3? Only once. Isn't it, madam? One sari barabahudu. That's a probability. Barabodu. Okay, not necessarily, certainly you will get. There is a possibility of getting 3 only once out of 6. What is the probability of getting 5? 1 by 6. What is the probability of getting an even number? When you roll a die, what is the probability of getting an even number? Yeah, what are the even numbers we are having? 2, 4, 6 idya. Okay, so how many ways you can get? 3 out of 6, which is nothing but. Hauda? What is the probability of getting a prime number? ಹೇಳಪ್ಪ, ನಾನು ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ. How many prime numbers are there from 1 to 6? Then what is prime number? That theory remains same. You yaru keli, okay? You Harvard go through ade science. What is the prime number? Which has how many factors? Only and only 2 factors. No more, no less. Divisors that are called factors. Yes, factor? 2 factors. What are those? 1 and x. If x is a prime number, okay, what are the factors of x? 1 and x. In keltane. Y prime number adre 1 and itself. Okay, na madam? Understood? So, iga 1 rinda 6 from 1 to 6, how many prime numbers are there? What are those? 2, 3 and why can't be 1? 1 is a not a prime. Okay, 1 is not a prime. In mundu kamel nodkoda composite avella. Aita 1 is not a prime number. So, how many prime numbers? 3. Okay, out of 6, which is 1 by 2. Understood probability? Okay. So, we'll do all those things in the application. There are some 7 to 8 varieties of questions are there. That's it. Okay, ispit artiralla adu, picking of a ball based questions, something like this. If you get only those kind of questions, you have to attempt. Okay, you will get sometimes a unique question. It may be very easy to explain after the exam. Agogiro paper ge uttara very easy, that is. Okay, PYQ explaining 2024, 2025. That's a very easy business, isn't it? Okay, I have to make you ready for a uncertain exam. Next one, probability. Okay, where your probability of winning has to increase. That's my job. Okay, na madam. So now, shall I move? So if you get any unfamiliar question, what has to be done? You have a luxury. That's a luxury, you know. Luxury budget. Buta kedna. Okay. Okay. 6 aitala. 7 is what do you mean by mensuration? Tape idiyadashte ella kade. Okay. What does the tape does? Scaling tape, measuring. What do you measure, madam? Yen measure ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಹೇಳಿ? Yen measure ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? Length. Okay. Area and also volume. Okay, isn't it? This is 2-dimensional. Okay. You can say this is 1-dimensional, only length adre. This is 1D, this will be 2D, this will be 3D. Okay. If I measure only from this point, this wall, okay, to that wall, that is length, which is 1D. If I take breadth and multiply, that becomes area of this hall. If I ask you to find the space inside this room, okay, we have to take length, breadth and also height. If I multiply all 3, that becomes what? 3-dimensional. You will get the volume. Okay, we will do all those things in the mensuration. You know, this one is one of the neglected topic. Many of them, they don't practice these things. Very simple topic, and whatever we have done in the class, similar questions definitely will appear, because science is very simple there. Okay, and also you'll get very direct questions. I cannot assure you the same when it comes to the number system. That's a very vast area. Number system, many questions can be asked in a many different way, but mensuration langela kelakagala. Okay, so without practice, if you go there, okay, without any experience, mensuration la bitbidi antare. Don't do that. Okay, this is a simple of C. There will be some 30 to 40 questions will be there. Definitely 1 or 2 questions will appear in the exam. Getting, madam? Okay, that's why do not neglect anything. I believe in completion of syllabus. Okay, so this is the completion of syllabus. How many themes? Can I make this as a topic? Yes. This as one more topic. This as one more topic. Okay, content too. More topic madboth. So I have given you some 25 to 30 topic in between them only. Okay, which is broadly 7 themes. That's it. Got it? Okay. If you learn these things, this is can be a opening gate for many other exams, like if you are interested in AFCAT or CDSO, okay, CAPF, anything for that matter, SSC, banking and all. Everywhere we'll use only same questions based on arithmetic, but difficulty level changes there. Getting? Okay. When it comes to the reasoning part, logical, analytical, everything, reasoning. Okay, it's a topics basically. More than a concepts, it's a topics. Here, blood relationship, blood relatives. But rather than blood relatives, here we'll do relationships also. How to establish any relationship? Correct, okay? How to establish any relationship? Communication alla. One is by marriage and another is by friendship. Okay? Principal divorce tagalakagala nino. Isn't it? Okay. The establishment of relationship through birth are called blood relatives. Okay. Yeah, this is mentioned in laws. Okay. So, there will be, yeah, legal tender for this one. Okay. This you can break, but this one you cannot break, lineage. Got it? Yeah, these are the relationship. So, if it is you, same generation, that will be your, yeah, brother and also sister. You will be having father, mother. Then your offsprings are son and daughter. Your bit in yaru barala. Okay. So these are the blood relatives, right? Afterwards, you can extend the family through marriage or else again siblings, birth. Okay. So this is you. Okay. So we can establish the relationship somewhere here. Okay. We'll use the tree form or else I'll show you some techniques. Okay. You'll be having a coded relationships. A plus B andre A is mother of B. B plus C means B is brother of C. Something like this he'll give you. Or else, okay, showing a photo, Anil says she is the mother of, brother of, okay, sons, okay, anta questions could bartade. And also you'll get puzzle based questions. There are 5 members in the family, A, B, C, D, E. Okay, A is brother of B, C is not mother of D. Okay, hingella heltane. That's a puzzle kind of question. Understood? So we'll do all varieties of questions there. Next is direction test. Direction and also distance will be there. So when it is a distance based questions, you need a little bit of arithmetic. Okay. So we cannot exactly differentiate between the logical reasoning and also the quant related part. Here also we require the maths part. Arithmetic bekala illo distance if he is asking. Okay. If you start from here, if you are traveling 5 km from A to B, A in the B he has traveled and he has taken what turn? Left turn or right turn? From this direction if you are traveling, if you are going in this way, left or right? Left turn. If you are traveling 4 meters, okay, you reach point C. If I ask you to find the distance between A and B, whenever you see distance, you have to take it as a shortest distance. Okay, shortest distance, which can also be called as displacement. Okay, so how far you are displaced from your original position? Displace ಆಗಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. So what is the distance between A and C? Will you measure like this? No, you will measure like this. When you took a turn here, what is the angle you made? Okay, your limbs are made, okay, perpendicular to your facing. Okay, what is this angle here? 90 degree if you are traveling left to. Okay, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ left to right to. Correct ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ layout ಹಂಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕು. So this will be how much? 30. ಒಂಚೂರು change ಮಾಡಿ. This is 4 meters, this is 3 meters, let's say. How much will be this one? We have to apply the Pythagoras, isn't it? Okay, if you apply the Pythagoras, this becomes square root of AB square plus BC square, which is square root of 4 square plus 3 square. 4 square ಹೇಳಿ, 10 square ಹೇಳಿ, 15 square, 21 square, 26 square. Okay, up to 35 square you must be familiar. Up to Allah, ಓಕೆ ಅಪ್ ಟು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಧ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಿಲ್ಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಓಕೆ ಟಿಲ್ 35 ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಯು ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ಫೆಮಿಲಿಯರ್. ಓಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ 15 ಕ್ಯೂಬ್. ಓಕೆ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಟುಮಾರೋ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಓಕೆ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕೋಡಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ವಾಸ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ಸ್. If you have familiarity of squares, you could do it. Or else, yalla barkondu, okay, 2 into 2 is equal to 4, 10 into 10. You have to, that takes a lot of time there. For each question, if you are taking 10 seconds extra, 10 seconds ಅಷ್ಟೇ. For 80 questions, CSAT ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ತಾನೆ? ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ? ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಅದೇ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹಿಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ರು. ಓಕೆ ಯಾ 80 questions. Each question 10 seconds extra if you are attempting all 80, or else if you are going through all 80 questions, that is 800 seconds. Approximately ಎಷ್ಟು ನಿಮಿಷ? 13 minutes. Approximately 13 minutes, isn't it? On an average you will get, okay, for 80 questions to answer 120 minutes. Howda? So each question, one question ge you will get what? 1.5 minutes, that is 90 seconds. 90 seconds. So in those 800 seconds, you could have done some 8 to 9 questions. Got it? So that's why wasting of time. 8 to 9 questions per day. Thousands of students will disqualify only because of one question. One question in the disqualifier, thousands of. If I had given them 2 more minutes or 1 more minute, they could have qualified. Many thousands are there like this. Okay. Many of them have the toppers previously. Okay, the toppers have taken the course. Afterwards, they have improvised their ranks because of understanding their mistakes and working on their mistakes. If they had done that one 2 years ago, 3 years ago, okay, they could have been a toppers then only. The price they paid was 2 years, 3 years. Okay, at the end of your career, even a single day matters. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ದಿನ ಪ್ರಮೋಷನ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ತುಂಬ ಜನ ಕೇಳಿ ನೋಡಿ ಫಿಕರ್ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಓಕೆ ರಿಟೈರ್ಡು ಪ್ರಮೋಷನ್ ಒಂದೇ ದಿನ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಯ್ತಾ? ಪೆನ್ಷನ್ NPA ಕಣೋ, NPS ಸಾರಿ. ಓಕೆ shall I move this? Understood? So you need distance also. Many such properties of directions are there. Okay, questions will be there, very logical one. We'll do all sort of questions there. Okay na? Next is puzzles, seating arrangement, ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಹಂಗೇನೆ, ranking and order, syllogism, alpha numericals, coding decoding, questions based on calendar. See, often I'll get questions like, sir, if I do only the logical reasoning questions and yeah, ಹೇಳಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಯಾವುದು, comprehension, can I deal? ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, but I cannot assure you each and every time. That's a probability again, madam. Out of 5 years that can happen only once. Maximum ನಿಮ್ ಲಕ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ 2 ಸರಿನೂ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, but you have to take how many chances? 5 ಚಾನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 6 ವರ್ಷ ಬೇಕು ನಿಮಗೆ. Okay, because coding and decoding, okay, numerical only. If you don't know any, see squares, cubes, multiples, okay, it will be something coded into 3 whole square anta code ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾನೆ. If you don't know anything about the maths, arithmetic, if you are weak, okay, that code to decode, it will take lot of time, or else you will go for a fluke answer. So similarly, calendar, if today is, if Allah, what is the day? Day. ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ಇದೆ ಕ್ಯಾಲೆಂಡರ್ಲಿ? ದಿನಗಳು ಅಂದ್ರೆ 7 ದಿನಗಳು ಇರೋದು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಟುಡೇ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟರ್ಡೆ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ 7 days ವಾಟ್ ಡೇ? ಇವತ್ತು ಬಿಡಪ್ಪ, ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾಳೆಯಿಂದ, ಮೊದಲನೇ ದಿನ ನಾಳೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸ್ಯಾಟರ್ಡೆ 7 ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಬರ್ತದಲ್ವೇನೋ, ಪ್ರತಿ 7 ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ, isn't it? ಈಗ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಕೇಳ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಫ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಯು, ಓಕೆ, ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಇನ್ ಮೆನಿ ವೇಸ್. ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್. So if today is Saturday, after 7 days, again after 14 days, after 35 days, ಏನ್ರಿ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ನಿಮ್ಮನೆ. ಓಕೆ ಯಾ, ಇಫ್ ಟುಡೇ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟರ್ಡೆ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ 35 days, Saturday na, because 35 is also divisible by 7 after 70 days. ಹೌದಾ? ಓಕೆ, after 7 square days, what 49 ತಾನೆ, after 7 power 17 days, is this divisible by 7? This also gets divisible by what? 7 only. 7 power anything is always divisible by, okay, isn't it? Reminder, hello number A. Okay, if I write in this way, 10 power 10 days after, okay, what day? That you have to decode using a reminder concept. Yellow ಕೇಳಿದ್ವು ಅಲ್ವಾ ಇದು reminder concept, reminder theorem, where we have written. ठीक है, team number 1, number system ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಇದೆ. So if you don't have any knowledge of reminder concept, can I do the calendar which is reasoning? No. So basically there is no differentiation between, when UPSC is asking questions, he is combining all these concepts. Getting? So he is asking the questions under the syllabus. So without syllabus you will be definitely vulnerable. Okay, that's why complete this syllabus, calendar, and also questions on clocks, equality, inequality questions. Figural questions. ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ಪ, ಗಡಿಯಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. Okay, see, minute hand and hour hand. Okay, do they overlap? ಒಂದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಬಂದು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಾ? Okay, how many times in a day? In a day means in 24 hours. Okay, my question. Now the time is how much approximately? 7:25. So is it between 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock? 7:25 comes between 7 and 8. Between 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock, both hands, that is minute and hour hand, will they overlap? ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಂಗೆ. ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮುಳ್ಳು ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಮುಳ್ಳು ಮೇಲೆ ಬರುತ್ತಾ? ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದೇ ಓವರ್ಲ್ಯಾಪಿಂಗ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ 8 and 9 will they overlap? Sure. Between 9 and 10, between 10 and 11, between 11 and 12, ಏನೋ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ನಿನ್ನ, ಅದನ್ನ ಆಗಲ್ವಾ? ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಈಗ ಅದೇ, ಗುಂಡು ಹೊಡೆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಟಾರ್ಗೆಟ್ ಬರೆಯೋದಲ್ಲ, ಟಾರ್ಗೆಟ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಗುಂಡು. ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? The time was 7. Did they overlap at some point? Between 8 and 9? Yes. Between 9 and 10. What I'm asking? Between andre after 9, before 10. Naduve, in between. Okay, yes, it happened. Between 10 and 11, let's say. Did it happen? Say yes, madam. Between 11 and 12. Between 11 and 12 ಆಯ್ತಾ? Between ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ನಡುವೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು? ಇದು ಎಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿರೋದು? Exactly at 12. Okay, so between 11 and 12 it didn't overlap. Okay na? Between 12 and 1 will they overlap? Between ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಡೋಣ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೀಗ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಅಂತ. ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? ಆಯ್ತೇನೋ? Apart from this, everywhere they are overlapping. See, everywhere they will overlap. So I'll ask a simple question. In this 12 hours, okay, how many times they overlapped? What? See, ನೋಡಿ ಆಯ್ತು. Between 1 and 2 it overlapped, right? Between 2 and 3, between 3 and 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 11. Between 11 and 12 did they overlap? No. Between 12 and 1 did they overlap? No. But exactly at 12 they overlapped. How many times? So between these 2 hours it was supposed to be 2 times, but it happened only once. So in this 12 parts, 11 times it happened. So in 12 hours, if it is 11 times, in 24 hours, how many times? Sure, sure. Hingella nodana iga. Okay. Yeah, there are lot many keywords you have to focus on, because the same question can be asked in this form. How many times they crossed each other? How many times crossed each other? Okay. Yeah, there is a factual difference between these two. Overlapped, crossed. Houda? Okay, madam? I think hingella keltare enno keltare adella nodana now. So these are the questions. Topics you can expect. How many topics you wrote? Approximately some 12, 13. Okay, okay, so minor topics and all we can keep on adding there. So major topics we can expect the questions from here. And when it comes to the comprehension, English part, we can expect how many keywords? Some 6, 7 to 8 keywords are there. So the from past 11, 12 years, if you see, okay, same keywords will be asked. Okay, madam. Yeah, assumption in one of the year 1920 lala, he asked some 12 to 13 assumption out of some 28, 29 questions. Now, okay, another question. Many of the students will ask, how many questions will come from each section? There is no section between, according to me, quantitative aptitude and reasoning, because they are combined in the same questions. Okay, most of the time they are combining. So hence, including both of them, we can expect how many questions? 50 to 52, 53 questions. So remaining will be comprehension. Right on. Okay, maths plus reasoning is equal to 52 to 53 questions. So which is the most important topic in this 50 to 52 questions? Okay, important anta ನಾವು ಮತ್ತೆ permutation combination ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಕೊಡಬಹುದು ಕೊಡದೇನೂ ಇರಬಹುದು. Got it? I know factorization, but I don't know the remainder concept. It doesn't work in that way. Okay, you have to complete it, everything. I know profit and loss, but I can't do simple interest. It doesn't work. Percentage ಗೊತ್ತು ನನಗೆ installment ಕೊಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದಂಗೆ ಆಯ್ತದು. Getting? So you have to complete the whole syllabus there. Okay, next, what you wrote? Comprehension. Comprehension, remaining number of questions. So comprehension approximately you'll get how many remaining andre? Approximately 27, 28, 30 nu kelbodu. If you consider the analytical, okay, like conclusion, argument, those kind of question. Statement kodtane, simple statement, okay, a two liner. What are the conclusion we can draw? What is the most valid argument? He'll give you 4 options. Okay, yeah, an argument becomes valid based on what? Let's say you are arguing in front of somebody, judge idane anta ankoli illi. Okay, you are the advocates, lawyers. Okay, anybody advocates? Advocate or lawyer? What is the difference? Yeah, you have to register in the bar council, so you become advocate, or else law degree holder. Okay, so let's say, madam, okay, you argue now. What are the points judge has to consider so that to say your argument is a valid one, or else strong argument? Right or wrong iralla, okay, because if you argue correctly, you can't be wrong, isn't it? So your strength of the argument depends on what? Or else weak argument andre enen irutte, yen irbaardu hingella. Evidence. Okay, evidence, that's a broader term. Evidence in what form? Evidence andre yen antano evidence. Facts, ಹೇಳಿ ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೋ. You have to show some facts, isn't it? What are facts? See, in this room there is facts also, there is knowledge also. Everywhere you see there is a knowledge, you can learn something. If I write it in notes or else put it in a proper form, it becomes a fact, like science. Science is all about fact. Somebody studied and wrote it down, right? Okay, we always read that, observe that. That's a factual thing, isn't it, sir? Then what else? Historical truths, can I say? Or else historical experiences, can I quote? Yes, sir. Then what else? A strong argument. You answer very well. Strength of this answer depends on what and what. If I say according to me, okay, I am arguing this, that. According to you, will he agree? Will he oblige? No. According to who? Can I quote some expert? According to Swaminathan? ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಮೀ ಅಂತ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಏನೋ ಬರೆದು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಈಗ ನೀನ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಅಡ್ಡ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ isn't it or not? Yeah, how to quote some expert opinion, isn't it? Then can I say some scientific truths, universal facts accepted by everybody? Sun rises in west andre ugitane judge mokke alwa. So okay, we can't do that. So these are the parameters for strength of your argument. Okay, we'll see what are the strength, what are the weakness of an argument. Okay, we'll see all those things. Okay, na sir. So this is your syllabus. It took almost 1.5 hours to explain. 1.5 hours. 6:45 you started, right? Okay, it's almost 2 hours. So we'll start with a simple topic, number system. Barkodi. Again, I am saying now in the basic stage only, I am not linking any of my questions, or else in between contextually I might quote the PYQ's questions. But PYQ will keep it as a different segment, because those who can do PYQ, okay, not necessarily has to attend this course, because you are already well versed, you know all the PYQs, okay, we are easily you are doing all the PYQs, means you already have the practice. Okay, it doesn't serve the purpose here to come, or else innu practice beku anta helidre aden practice nanu gottilla illi, I don't know. Okay, yeah, if not you must have the conceptual clarity. We'll do lot many different examples. Okay, adrallu estondu bandide ನಾವು ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನು UPSC ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Okay, let's say I'm using only 0 and 1. Okay, what kind of system, number system this one is? Only 0 and 1s in my number system, which is called binary number system, isn't it? Yeah, your hardwares are designed in this manner, 0 and 1. Okay na sir? No, 0 and 1 is matter binary system. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. How many variables I am using? These are variables, variety of the observation variables. Yes, 3, 6. Okay, this system is called hexa. Yeah, hexa number system. You can use 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 7. Yeah, how many? What is it? 8 ಏನಂತೀರಾ? ಅಷ್ಟ, octa. But in our daily life, are we using only this? In our daily life, we are using what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. How many digits we are using, madam? Nam daily life alli. Okay, nim life alli 8, 9 illa anta anಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Okay, which is called octa. Namdralli ide alva 8 and 9. So what we are using in everyday life is called what? Decimal number system. So basically what we are doing in this number system is, what kind of number system this one is? Decimal number system. Okay, since you also know, we also know, okay, no need to mention each and every time decimal, alwa. Let's say we are saying doing number system. Shall I move this one? Okay, if each and every person are using the different number system, that would be too complicated. Ella match kaltu biಡ್ತಿದ್ರಿ, conversion of octa to hexa, hexa to binary, binary to okay, ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಬೈನರಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಆಲ್ ಸಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ಸ್, ರೈಟ್? ಲೈಫ್ ವುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬೀನ್ ಟೂ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಟೆಡ್. Okay, isn't it or not? Humanity wouldn't have flourished only. So many conversions are also there. So nowhere he will ask you all those conversions and all. Okay, madam. If he asks, see, ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ನಿಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ. 37. If I have to 37. This is in, let's say, decimal number system, which can be represented by writing a base of 10. Okay. Have you seen anywhere 10 rupee by like this 10? 10 rupee note ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೇನಪ್ಪ? 50 rupee 10, because that's understood we are using the decimal number system. No need to mention here every time. Okay. Now this decimal system has to be converted into, let's say, a binary one, means divide by 2. Okay, if I divide by 2, how many times I can divide this? Hange sum normal division ಮಾಡಿ. 17 ಏನೋ 18 19 18.5 children kodtidya. 18, is there a remainder? What is it? 1, you write 1 like this. Again, can I divide this by 2? Yes. How many times? 9. What is the remainder? 0. Again 2. 4, remainder idre bariri. Yes, then 2. How many times? 2 times. Remainder is 0. Again 2, 1. Okay, 1. Isn't it? Is there any division possible? Illa alva. You write in this way here. Okay, so start from here. 1, 0. Ready? 1, 0, 1. If I put this base 2, that is equivalent to what? 37 base 10. Understood? Conversion. Okay, if you want, write. Don't worry, he won't ask you all those conversions, hexa, octa, ingella kelala. Okay, there is hexadeci also, 16 digits. Okay, do we have 16 digits? No, we have 10. 11th digit we call it as A. Okay, 12th B, C, D. Okay. So if I take the numbers, it's a very complex thing. Many sort of numbers are there. See, decimal ante, octa ante, hexa ante, binary ante, integers means, okay, even, odd, prime, yeneno idavalva madam, isn't it? That's why we'll call this as a complex numbers. Complex means what? It's not complicated. Complex means involves many things. Okay, many things. Idon complex tane idu. Is this complex? This building complex okay, yenenide illi? Classroom ide, melgade enide gottilla, kelagade some one IVF center ide, and also below this study center ideyappa idli? Okay, yeneno ide. Aita? So complex, that's what complex. In this complex numbers, some are real, some are unreal. If it is unreal, it is imaginary numbers. Real numbers means whatever you use it in a real life. Okay, everyday life. What are the numbers you are going to use, madam? Do you use 0? Use 1, 0.5, 1 by 2, 1. Can we use all these things? Okay, 3.5, somewhere like this, isn't it? Up to a certain big number. What is it? Which is the largest number? Something infinite. Okay, infinity represents a big number. That's it. Similarly, do we use -1? Yes, of course, we use the -1. Profit or loss ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೇ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ತಾನೆ, isn't it? Okay, ಒಬ್ಬ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ರೈಟ್ ಅಂತೀವಾ. So if he is plus, I am going minus there, isn't it? Okay, so -1, -2, this also becomes what? Minus infinity. There is no end to the numbers. Okay, in this real numbers there are fractions also, there are decimals also, there are natural number, whole numbers, everything. Okay, madam, real numbers, all are real in our daily life. There is imaginary number, it's just in our imagination, okay, which is represented using I, called iota, okay, IOTA. No. I is equal to root of -1. There is no such number. Okay. We use these things to make a symmetry. Okay, that's a complicated thing. What is symmetry and all, geometry use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಪ್ರಭಾವಳಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ. Okay, if it is coming this side, it has to match this side. Okay. If I square this on both the sides, yeah, root of -1 whole square cancel ಆಗ್ತದಾ? So I square value is equal to what? -1. Okay, madam. That's an imaginary number. You can take this as imaginary root of -2 also. Okay. Why? Look here now. 3, what kind of number? Is it real or imaginary? It's in our real life. Okay. Now, if I add an imaginary number, the result whatever you are getting will be what? I am adding an imaginary number to a real number. Okay, the sum you are getting is always what? Imaginary. Okay, so can I put this in the statement like sum of real and imaginary is always imaginary? He'll give you 3 or 4 statements like this. Which of the following is true? Which of the following is not true? Antena kodtane. 1 only, 2 only, 2, 3 only. Adu number A. Okay. If you are imagining something, the outcome also something imaginary only. Okay, isn't it? Now, similarly, 3, what kind of number? If I multiply this with an imaginary number, that becomes 3i, is also what? Imaginary. So, product of real and imaginary is equal to what? Imaginary. Okay. What kind of number? What? Real. What kind of number? Imaginary. If I add these two, it becomes what kind of number? Real number and an imaginary number. Okay, if I add all this, that becomes a complex number. That's what, right? What is a complex number? Real as well as imaginary. Okay, it's a combination of all real number and imaginary number. It's a complex number. Okay, so the sum of real plus imaginary is equal to complex. Getting, sir? Okay, now rather than writing what I have written, you write it in this form and put this as an example. Okay, na? Hinge replicate madadala. It's not a diagram. Okay, I don't see some of you, if I write circle hinge hakirtire, box haktare, arrow hinge hakadre hinge hakadre. Okay, hinge xerox hodibaradu. So the sum of real and imaginary is equal to complex. Okay, if you don't understand, you write it in this form. Okay. Notes is for you, not for me, not for anybody. Okay, nim notes tagondog yaru copy madra, nobody can learn anything out of it. Okay, so anything which is in the form of a plus ib is called what? Complex numbers. Okay, complex numbers. This is a complex number. If I write a minus ib, which is called conjugate of this complex number, it's called a conjugate. What has to be done? Whatever plus is there with this imaginary, you have to take minus for it. Okay, that's a conjugate, negative of it. Okay, madam. 3 plus 4i, can I write conjugate of it? Yeah, what is it? 3 minus 4i. Then, what kind of number? What kind of number? Complex number. This is also a complex number, but it's conjugate. Conjugate of this complex number. Now, if I multiply these two, I am taking a multiplication of these two. Okay. See, wait, don't write. What is the point in writing? First, you have to learn these things. Afterwards, I'll give you ample time to copy down. This is in the form of a plus b, where a value is 3, b value is 4, a plus b, and this will be in the form of a minus b. Okay, have you seen anywhere this one? A plus b into a minus b is equal to what? A square minus b square. Howda? So can I put this also in this form? So a plus b into a minus b is a square, a jagdal 3 ide, 3 square minus 4i whole square. Okay, let's see, simplify. 3 square is 9 minus 4 square is 16. I square is what? Minus 1. You have written right? I square is minus 1. Okay, minus into minus is plus 9 plus 16, which will be equal to what? 25. 25 what kind of number? Real number. If I multiply a complex number with its conjugate, what I'll get? Real number. Write down. Okay, complex into conjugate is equal to a real number. So he might give you this in statements like this. Okay. This speed is okay, right? Secondary speed. Will maintain certain speed. Okay, nim speedu beda, nam speedu beda, our speedu beda. Okay, anybody have any doubt? Ask now in this. You can ask any doubt. No? Okay, shall we move? The real numbers are classified as decimals and integers. This is a decimal. There is a decimal point here. Okay, isn't it? Now, 5, is it a decimal? Now, ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದೇ decimal number system. This is in the form of, okay, which has been terminated as what? 5. We know that there is lot many zeros in front of it, never ending zeros, but this doesn't have any value. That's why we have eliminated all this. Generically, we write this one. Can I write this 5 in the form of like this 10 by 2? Hig bariboda? Okay. Can I call this as P? I call this as P. I'll call this as Q. Okay, madam. Q should not be equal to 0. Any number you can represent in the form of P by Q where Q not equal to 0. Understood? Give me one more example like this. I'll take this 10 by 3. What is 10 by 3? 3.3333333. Can I write this as 3.3? I can put the bar on its head. The meaning of this one is many number of times 3 are coming again and again, again and again. Okay, na? Okay. So, these kind of decimals, idu decimal le, this is also decimal. Okay, in which it's repeating decimals. What is repeating here? Zeros. What is repeating here? 3 repeating, or else you can call it as recurring. But though it's recurring, but that can be terminated. You can use some termination process here. I have used a bar here on its head here. Here I have eliminated 0, but still it's understood that lot many zeros are there. Okay, which can be represented in the form of, these kind of decimals can be represented in the form of P by Q. What is P here? 10, 3, where Q not equal to 0. Okay, what happens if Q becomes 0? 10 by 0, yesterday also we did the same thing. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಮೇಡಮ್? 10 ರೂಪಾಯಿನ 0 ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಹಂಚಬೇಕು. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹಂಚ್ತೀರಾ? Can you define this process? No, maths cannot define this one. This is said as undefined process. Okay, undefined process. If you divide this by 0, that becomes an undefined process. Okay, repeating and recurring decimals that can be terminated, which can be represented as P by Q, where Q not equal to 0. And these kind of decimals, whatever the decimals which comes under this definition are called, what kind of numbers? Rational numbers. Very, very important. Rational numbers. Take down. He might use this term for forming a question, or else can use this definition. One and the same. rational numbers anta helidru onde you can use this definition. Rational numbers. What are rational numbers? They are decimals. What kind of decimals? Repeating, but can be terminated, which can be represented in the form of p by q, where q not equal to 0. 0 ಆದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Undefined number ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, rational, irrational ಏನು ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. Getting? Okay, sir. Whatever needed, put a note. Okay. Undefined means it doesn't comes under any classification, not even rational number. Okay. ಈಗ ಹೇಳಿ. $10.3. Is it a decimal? What kind of decimal? Is equal to 10.3, isn't it or not? Okay, can I call this as a rational number? Yes, if it is rational number, definitely, okay, you can represent in the form of p by q. Okay, ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇನಿಲ್ಲ, no need to represent this one. Okay, if it is terminating decimal, okay, which is repeating, then definitely you can represent p by q. As of now, I don't know what is that p and what is that q, but you can represent that one. Okay, so 10.3 is what? Yeah, it's a rational number. -5, is it a rational number? Can I represent this one in the form of p by q? For example, can I write this as 50 by 10? Barring minus hakpoda? Yes sir. Is in the form of what? P by q, where q not equal to 0. Has he mentioned that it has to be positive only? No. This is also a what? A rational number. Right, madam? Okay. ಇರಿ ನೋಡಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅಂತೇನೋ 0. You missed something, right? Okay, that's why you complete everything. 0 ಏನಿದು? rational number ಅಂತ ಕರೀಲಾ? 0, is it a rational number? Yes sir. ಹೆಂಗೆ? Can I represent this one in the form of 0 by 10? ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದೇನಪ್ಪ? 0 by 10 is what? 0. Can I represent this in the form of 0 by x, 0 by anything? Okay, which is in the form of p by q, where q not equal to 0. P can be 0, q 0 ಆಗಬಾರದು. Got it? Okay, so all are what? Examples of rational number. Take down, negative ಬರ್ಬೋದು, 0 ಬರ್ಬೋದು. You can terminate it. You can write 10.3, 10.35, 10.35 bar on its head. Okay, Nana? It all depends on how well you write. Okay, that is half of your learning process. You put example. Okay, so when we start doing the calculation arithmetic part, I expect you to have a working column in each and every page. Okay, here you put it as example, note, observation, important. Okay, ಒಂದೇ color ಸಾಕು, use only one color, you will identify all those. Okay, any doubt here? No, na? Okay. What kind of number? Can I say? Because there is lot many zeros. I have terminated all this and written like this. What kind of number? Idu nedi. Rational idunu ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಇದು? 10.3535353535. Okay, how? 10.355 355 355 so on so on. Irrational. Rational madam, still 10.35555 ಹಿಂಗೂ ಬರೀಬಹುದು ನೀವು. Okay, now Arrange them in an ascending order. Arrange them in a ascending order. Madi. Ascending means ascend, ಮೇಲಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ಚಿಕ್ಕದ್ರಿಂದ ದೊಡ್ಡದು. Expand them, come on, you'll get to know. 1 2 4 3 ಅಂತೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕೀಗ. ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತಿರಲ್ಲ, ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ಅರ್ಥ ಆದ್ರೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ. See, come on, don't cry, do it. There is no other way, madam. ಯಾರು ಏನಾರು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹೊರ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸು, ನಂಬೇಡಿ ಅಂತವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ. ಇಸ್ಕಾನ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಲೈನ್ ಕೂತಿರ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಐ ಸೀನ್ ಇಸ್ಕಾನ್ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಇಸ್ಕಾನ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿರ್ತೀರ, ಹತ್ರ ಇದೆ, ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ವಾ? ಅದ್ರ ಮುಂದೆ ಲೈನ್ ಕೂತಿರ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಮೇಡಮ್? ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣದು ಬೋನ್ ಥರ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತಿರ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಗಿಣಿ ಇಟ್ಕೋತಿದ್ರು ಮುಂಚೆ, ಈಗ ಗಿಣಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಗಿಣಿ ಹೊಡೆದು ಎಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಳಿಲು ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಈಗ. ಅಳಿಲು ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವಿರಿಲ್. ಹಿಂದಿಲ್ ಗಿಲಡಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಆ ಥರ ಸ್ಕೀಮು. ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೂ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪುಟ್ ಎಫರ್ಟ್, ಮೇಕ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್, ಓಕೆ, ಮೇಕ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟೀಸ್. ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೂಮ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡಿ. ಯೂಸ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಟ್ಸ್, ಯೂಸ್ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು. You have come out of your home only because of making use of it. If you don't know how to make use of it, then you better be at home. Okay? ಜನ ಸಂಪರ್ಕ ಮಾಡೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. That's a very strong tool. ನಾನು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಹುಡುಗ, ಒಳ್ಳೆಯವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಸೇರ್ತೀನಿ, ಬರೀ ನಾನೊಬ್ಬ, ನನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಒಬ್ಬ, ನಾವೇ ಜೊತೆಲಿ ಹೋಗೋದು, ನಾವೇ ಜೊತೆಲಿ ಬರೋದು, ಕಾಫಿ ಕುಡಿಯೋಕ್ಕೂ ನಾವೇ, ಓಕೆ, ತಿಂಡಿ ತಿನ್ನೋಕ್ಕೂ ನಾವೇ, ದಮ್ ಹೊಡಿಯೋಕ್ಕೂ ನಾವೇ ಜೊತೆಲೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಅವನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ ನೀವು ಕೇಳಬೇಕು, ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಅವ್ನು ಕೇಳಬೇಕು. ಉಪೇಂದ್ರನ್ ಇದ್ದಿದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಒಂದು ರಕ್ತ ಕಣ್ಣೀರಲ್ಲಿ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಇದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಅರ್ಥ ಆದ್ರೂ ನೀವು ಅವ್ನಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಒಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹಂಗಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದ ಅದು ಕೇಸು. ಸೊ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರ ಜನ ಜೊತೆ ಸೇರಿ ಅವಾಗ. Can't translate all these things, okay? Ad link haakudana Upendrandu. So yeah, this one will be, this one will be, this one will be, oh 355 alla, this one will be, okay, smallest helrappa. Okay, this one will be the smallest, first one. Okay, second case 350, 0 ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ if it was supposed to be 1 2 3, ನೋಡಿ 1 ಇದೆಯಾ, this is 3. okay, this is also 3. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಇದು 3 ಮರಿ, ಓ ಇದು 5 ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? yes yes yes, in this position only we have 3 here, this is 5. so this has to be the second case, this has to be the third case. When I compare between these two, this is 355, this is also 355. when I go to comparison of the next element, which is 3 and 5, okay, so 3 and 4. So coincidentally it is 1 2 3 4 in the given order itself. Okay madam, can be a question there. Okay, yeah, some of the decimals. Okay, for example, square root of 2. Square root of 2 is nothing but how much? 1.414 something something something, which is not going to recur again. Okay, root of 3, 1.732 something like this. Okay, what's your observation? This is also decimals, the decimals, but they are non-recurring. Since they are non-recurring, they can't be terminated, madam. Repeat agdirne term, it's not terminated. Okay, these kind of numbers are called what? Irrational numbers. If it is an irrational number, definitely cannot be represented in the form of, can't be represented in the form of P by Q, where Q not equal to 0. Okay, you have to know that it can't be represented. He is not asking, okay, to represent this one in the form of P by Q. Okay, if you know that, it's a non-repeating and non-recurring, then definitely you can't represent. That's a theory you have to understand. Okay, yeah, take down, very good. See, it's not command or something, okay. After the completion of explanation, you can copy down. Break, you need break in between? Okay. See, anything you need, you want, ask, kelbeku. Okay, I can't assume everything. So wherever required, we'll take break if possible, if want, okay, or else we'll continue. Tumba interesting idya hange okay. 0, rational, irrational. Guttu already namge, which is nothing but rational. Rational, irrational. Yeah. Pi, rational, irrational. 22/7. What? Okay. See, look here now. I am not going into any detail of mensuration. Let's say this is a circle of diameter d, radii r. Okay. This is called the perimeter or circumference of this circle, right? Okay. If you measure this whole boundary, that's called circumference. Always a circumference of a circle is equal to what? 2 pi r. Okay. Or else I can write it as pi into 2r. R plus r agutta. If I write r plus r, that becomes diameter, right, madam? So can I say the circumference is equal to pi into d? Yes, sir. So pi becomes what? C by d. Okay. The value of pi is nothing but ratio of circumference to the diameter of a circle, isn't it? Okay, that's what the pi, isn't it? Now, if I say the diameter is equal to 7, if this diameter is 7, okay, if you measure this circumference, that has to be equal to 22. This is the kanun, okay, rule 22/7. If this is equal to 70, this becomes proportionately 70 adre idenagutte 220. If this is 14, this has to be, if 7 is 14 madide double, this also becomes double, proportionate. Remember, okay, like fraction antivalla adu. If this is 14, this will become how much? 44. But still the ratio remains 22/7. Any value which is in the form of P by Q, where Q not equal to 0, idre. Okay, what do you call it as? What? Irrational. Yeah. So 22/7, is it in the form of P by Q where Q not equal to 0? Yes, sir. Not necessarily pi agbeku antanilla. 220/70, 44/14, anything it can be. So anything which is in the form of P by Q not equal to 0 becomes what? Rational number, this one is. Howda, madam? Okay. If this is 7, this boundary becomes how much? 22. If this is 70 kilometer, don't write, look here. This is 70 kilometer adre. This becomes 220 kilometer. Now, if you take a tape, let's say this is exactly 70 kilometer. Will it become definitely exactly 220 kilometer without any margin of error? 1 millimeter margin error barala ankondidira. Is it possible to get a millimeter of error? Or else, let's say for 70 kilometer and 220 kilometer barlilla. 70 billion kilometer. This becomes 220 billion kilometer. Then also you think that exactly it will be not even a single millimeter of error? No, right, there will be error. Hence, this what we call it as 22/7. Okay, this is just a ratio of it. There is a lot of error. For our geometrical purpose, geometry and compass haki, we could draw some 14-15 centimeter of line. In that case, this works 22/7. But if you go to a larger space, if you keep on increasing the diameter, the circumference increases in certain manner where we cannot say that's exactly 22/7. Hence, we call it as an approximate value, which is equal to what? 3.142, which is equal to pi. Understood? Pi is 3.142 approximate value. So, is it ending? Is it ending anywhere, madam? No, that's a never ending one. So, pi is what kind of number? Irrational number. Pi is irrational. Any fraction which is rational. Varkoli. Pi is irrational. Pi is irrational. 22/7 is rational. No need of anything, okay, beyond this one. Whatever the detailing, okay, no need. Right? 22/7 is rational. Pi is irrational. 0 is rational. Memorize alla. Okay, memory itkalakagalla. You have to learn these things with reasoning. Understood? Any doubt here? Okay. What we just learned? Rational and irrational numbers. Okay. Any doubt? Okay. Let's continue tomorrow, guys. Okay, now. So, we'll go tomorrow, next week. Next week, rational numbers, irrational number. We'll take some examples. We'll work on the rational, irrational. Then we'll go to integers. We'll see types of integers and all. No photo. Come on, copywriter. Write it down. Put it on your notes. Okay, taking screenshot, taking photo, it doesn't work, madam. Copyright enilla. Tagabedi ashtene. Yeah, you spend some time afterwards, 2-3 minutes. Ille iri varkole. If you have any doubt, ask. I will be available here only. Okay, after the class also I will be available. Okay, if you have any doubt, ask. Okay. Okay, guys. So how the 2 days of classes were? Is it decent enough? Pass agbodu anusta idya? Okay, yeah, that is the hope I want you to give. Okay, sorry, I put it in a different way. I want you to get there. That hope. Okay, sir. All of these things are, you can learn. It's a doable one. What you have to do is, you have to believe in yourself. You can do this. Okay. So at this point, if you are facing difficulty, get help. Okay. You come and ask, I'll tell you what to do. Okay, na sir? Okay, guys. Thank you. Good night. So from the next class, see, actually from the next class, it is a paid session. So you know how much is the fees, right? 699. We have kept very bare minimum. Okay. Bare minimum andre estaagtade gotta? If you consider this as 2.5 ton AC idu. Okay, commercial alli odisudre 1 hour ge, I guess it will be some 100 or 200 rupees ille barutade for 1 day. So I mean 1 hour. Okay, we have some 10 ACs like this. That's not even covering our expenses. This is to help you guys. Okay, you start doing, because one thing which attracts you is, yeah, okay. So at least you start doing. Free andre bere tara agbiduttade adikene. Okay, so seriousness irodilla alli. Namgu iralla nimgu iradanga agbiduttade. Okay, let's continue. Okay, from the next class. Group, a Telegram group, already there is a channel, right? Oh yeah, you want group? Yeah, there is already a group. 24 group add mada. I'll give you a link to this group. I'll give you HTTP. You can find it through this. Or else you can just type like this. There is a logo, blue color, says CSAT. You can join yourself. Okay, make use of this group only for the interaction which is related to the questions. Okay, anything CSAT related questions you can put it. Okay, just sikta. ಸ್ಪೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೀನಾ? ಇಲ್ರಿ, ಮಿಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಇದು ಹೆಚ್ಚು. ಹಾಯ್ ಹಾಯ್ ಅಂತ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡಿ ಈಗ ಸರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸಿ ಹಾಯ್, ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗು. ಓಕೆ, ಡೋಂಟ್ ಪುಟ್ ಇಟ್, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಗೈಸ್. ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ಲಿ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬ್ಯಾನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಗಣೇಶನ ಬುಕ್ ಒಂದು ಪೋಸ್ಟರ್ ಹಾಕೋದು, ನೀವು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ, ಗಣೇಶ ಒಳ್ಳೇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಪೋಸ್ಟರ್ ಹಾಕಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನೀವು ನೀನು ಊಟ ಮಾಡೋ ಫಸ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ 3 ಹೊತ್ತು. ನೀನು ಹಿಂದೆ ಇದನ್ನು ನೋಡು, ಪೈಲ್ವಾನ್ ಅವನು, ಆಯ್ತಾ? Okay, you can leave. Okay, thank you guys. See you. Classroom, it will be updated in the official channel of ours. Okay, aduk join agilveno. See, if you pay the fee, you will get a link for that channel. There mail alli ide. Okay, mail al receipt baruttala, you have a channel. Yeah, inside official guidance adalla kano channel. ನೀನು ಇನ್ನೂ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, ಹೋಗು. ಜಿಮೇಲ್ ಐಡಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಜಿಮೇಲ್ ಯಾವ ಮೇಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀಯ ಅದು ನೋಡು, ನನ್ ಕಳಿಸು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಯ್ ಅಂತ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಹಾಯ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಕಳಿಸು. ಸಿ, ಡೋಂಟ್ ಪುಟ್ ಆನ್ ಹಾಯ್. ಓಕೆ, ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಡ್ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಹಾಯ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಡಿ. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಗೈಸ್. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಟ್. ನೋಡ್ತೀನಿ ಈಗಲೇ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಪುಟ್ ಇಟ್, ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಇಟ್. ಸಿಗ್ತೇನೋ? ಹಾಕಿದ್ರಾ? ಸಿಕ್ತಾ? ಬ್ಲೂ ಲೋಗೋ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ, CSAT ಅಂತಾನೆ. ಇಷ್ಟು ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಹುಡುಕ್ಬೇಕು ಮನೆ. ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿ ಮೇಡಮ್.